Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in into another of my videos slash podcast. What we're gonna talk about today is something anime related, very special to me, and that I look back every day, and it just brings good memories. Dragon Ball, right? So I've been a fan of Dragon Ball since I was a kid, 8 years old, something like that, 6 years old. I can't really recall. First, I watched Dragon Ball when Goku is a kid. That's my favorite saga or chapter in the Dragon Ball story. However, we have to see where Goku moves to the next step, becomes a father, and has his son, Gohan. The part I want to talk about is how Gohan has his normal Gohan, and then we see the older Gohan from the Trunks future when Trunks comes back to the past. We see a whole different Gohan, a more savage Gohan, a Gohan that went through hardship, Gohan that suffered, a Gohan that became his own teacher and was able to help Trunks in the future, became Trunks' master. And I think we don't really talk about that Gohan enough like it should be. That Gohan is one of the role models in the whole Dragon Ball saga. I think it's not remembered enough. I don't think it's well appreciated enough. If we see what that Gohan had to go through to become where he was, and sadly, he lost his life in the Android saga to the androids, he was the man in his time as well. So his story splits with the regular Gohan when Goku doesn't make it through his heart disease. That Gohan was left alone. Really, barely anybody with him. Piccolo was killed by the androids. Vegeta was killed by the androids. So all the Z fighters were killed by the androids. 17 and 18, very different future that the Gohan we follow to this day. He was raised by himself pretty much. He became a warrior to his choice. He made that choice. Not like the present Gohan we have that he wants to be a professor and just teach people. He is different. He is as a warrior as Goku was. He saw everybody die, friends and family, and he decided to choose the path like Goku would, a fighter. He was strong, became a Super Saiyan in his own, and didn't have anybody to help him. Like the other Gohan that went into the time chamber with Goku, that didn't happen there. He was very strong to be trained by himself pretty much. He was able to accomplish a lot of stages of his training on his own, being able to fight the androids for a very long time, for years on his own, that we didn't see anybody else do it. Like nobody could keep up with them. Even Vegeta was not a match for them. Imagine how much of a savage these androids were. However, we see in our current time, well, in the current Dragon Ball timeline, that one kick and they broke Vegeta's arm like nothing, and he was in Super Saiyan, so that didn't matter. You see the androids were at a different level in their current timeline. However, the other timeline was, I think, a little more of a different timeline. The androids felt were a lot stronger, more evil because they used to kill everybody. Instead on the timeline that we followed through, they didn't kill Vegeta, they didn't kill anybody. They were just really hunting for Goku. That's who they wanted to get rid of. And that makes a difference. That gave the Z fighters an opportunity to get stronger, prepare themselves, and be able to be a match for the androids. They had the time chamber, they had another opportunity. However, in the future Gohan's timeline, they didn't have that luxury. They were killed. It's not funny, but they were killed in the first attack, really. Well, that's what I really much remember. However, future Gohan was a savage. He kept fighting. He became a Super Saiyan. And he was able to train Trunks, be able to protect Trunks when Trunks wanted to fight. Gohan lost his arm protecting Trunks, and still with one arm he was able to beat androids, not to the ground, but he was able to fight him until he lost his life protecting Trunks. with one arm, he was able to take on two androids. I think he would have had one to fight. He would have been able to defeat them, conquer them. However, two of them, Trunks was not as strong there. He was actually really strong to think that he was able to kill Frieza like nothing. And everybody was having a heart attack when Frieza made it to Earth. Like, they didn't know how they were gonna fight him. Goku barely made it alive from fighting Frieza to a certain extent. They thought he was dead. However, Frieza was the match. So when we see Trunks from the future come back, just take on Frieza and Frieza's father like nothing, and all of his henchmen, you see that those androids were on a different level already. Trunks comes back, does everything like nothing, and he couldn't even defeat those androids. So that means those androids were way stronger than Frieza and way stronger than anybody they fought at that time. And for Gohan to be able to keep up with two of them at the same time, because Trunks almost lost his life, died when fighting them. So to see Gohan was on a different level already at that time. I think Gohan would have been stronger than Goku. Future Gohan was stronger than Goku at that timeline. Future Gohan was able to fight a lot more against them. In that timeline, Gohan was a savage we wanted, a savage we needed. And I wish we could have had that Gohan in our regular timeline. However, we didn't see it. Success made him not want him more. Peace brought him weakness. However, Future Gohan is one that I want a story. I wish that we could get a movie or a fan-made a story, film, whatever you want. It's just I want more of that Future Gohan we didn't get a lot of. We just got a little bit in that Trunks from the Future movie, and that was it. We didn't get what we needed, what we wanted, or how much it was better for us. Don't forget about Future Gohan. He was a savage. I'm telling you, if you compare power levels at that timeline, I believe he was stronger than Goku. He was stronger than Trunks. Trunks was able to kill Frieza like nothing. So I believe Gohan from the future was a lot ahead of his time on what we realized in skills, power level, and his will. He was a real warrior. Sadly, we didn't get to experience the full Gohan of the future. And I believe we should get a little bit of it. Go back and rework those stories that are very, very solid and have a lot of potential. Like Bardock. Let me get into that one another time. So thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below, share, and have a great day.